He's Blake. I'm Ronnie. All the good names are taken podcast, and we're about to ruin Jaws, Blake.
You can't ruin Jaws. Bet.
Dun, dun,
Ronnie, you just gave me an idea. Let's take away the Jaws theme and replace it with some beatbox.
Stick 'em! Stick 'em! Stick 'em! Stick 'em!
Big shark. Each chomp chomp.
Okay, so Jaws, Blake, we both agree
That starts playing as the shark approaches the boat and the kids, Ronnie.
it's the beatbox. So Jaws is one of the greatest movies ever made. It's one of those movies that I hope never gets remade.
Your opinion, man.
You can't do any better than what they did back in the day. And even back in the day, they were making fun of how the shark looks. And you fast forward 100 years and the CGI sharks look even worse. So this movie is great. It looks like it was filmed yesterday. The cinematography is great. The acting is great. Those three guys on that boat is some of the best acting, and them against the shark is some of the most intense, exciting scenes. Robert Shaw's great. Roy Scheider is great. The what's the other guy's name? Richard Dreyfuss from Let It Ride. He's great. It's a great movie with a great ending, Blake. I love Jaws, and there's no way we could possibly ruin this movie, but let's try it.
The first way I would ruin Jaws is it's not actually a shark. It's a guy in a shark costume.
So it's like from One Crazy Summer when they pull the redheaded chick out of the dolphin with rabies.
Yeah, I mean, it's a serial killer who dresses up like a shark and goes into the ocean at night. My next one is Quint and Hooper after the story about the Arizona.
Yeah, great scene, by the way.
Quint and Hooper stare at each other and they start making out in front of Brody. and then the shark. I'm tired. I want to eat you. And that's when the shark attacks the boat. Is right in the middle of their makeout session. Brody's like, "What is this?"
It's my chata. There's not going to be going on my chata. Edit. I got one, Blake.
Okay.
So one way they could have ruined Jaws is when they put the $5,000 bounty or whatever it was out for the catch of the shark, that those slobs actually catch Jaws and bring him in, kill him. Now we don't have the very end of the movie, like all the weirdos catch him.
Thank you.
Roll the credits.
Open the beaches.
The beaches.
My next one is at the end. The ship is going under. And Brody is really cool. He's laying out on like this antenna thing, and he realizes he doesn't have any bullets for the gun. And the shark eats him.
Here's a great way the movie would have sucked. The shark is coming right at him at the end of the movie and then just dies before it gets to him.
Oh.
Which was the ending of the novel. You want to know the best way to ruin Jaws? I have no idea what your last one is, Blake, because we didn't compare notes. You want to know what the best way to ruin Jaws is?
I do.
Edit. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's not what I meant. I didn't. That's not what I meant.
That would ruin it. That would ruin this movie.
You want to know the real way to ruin Jaws? More Mrs. Brody scenes. The worst actress in the history of Hollywood. She is awful. Martin tells me you're into sharks.
You know, if they would have went with Quint's original idea, it would have ruined Jaws. He wanted to use bait.
Quint, another way you could ruin it is all just an act. He wasn't in the Navy or anything. He like drops the accent and everything, and you find out he's like from the Midwest. I'm not really a fisherman, Brody. It's just all a act.
I'm scared of water.
I'm just out here in the boat with my boyfriend that y'all saw earlier, the little guy.
I just wanted to get you two out here to screw.
At the end, okay, here's another way you can do it. At the end, they the shark.
Okay, so that brings me to my last one, Ronnie, is at the end, the shark talks.
Like Harry from Harry and the Hendersons. Leave us alone.
The shark talks to Brody right before Brody blows him up.
What would it say?
No!
Or at the very end of it, he shoves that tank into the shark's mouth when he comes busting into the hull of the boat.
And he says, thank you.
You hear the little boy that he ate earlier in the movie scream, ow, because he's still in his mouth. It's ridiculous. This whole Let's Ruin series is ridiculous, which is a perfect time to tell you guys, hit us in the comments. How would you ruin Jaws?
Get creative. How would you ruin this movie? I think we had some pretty good ones.
I do too.
Making the shark talk.
That's great.
Making the shark a human. It's revealed the shark is a human at the end. Making Quint and Hooper have a screw session in the middle of one of the best scenes ever.
Hit us in the comments. Like, subscribe if you want to. Patreon if you want to help us out. And we'll see you guys next time. Wait for it.